When the whole world was chasing after electric vehicles, when Tesla, BYD, and other giants were locked in a fierce race to dominate the EV market, Honda made a move so bold that it has shaken the very foundation of the entire automotive industry. This is not just about another engine. It is about an innovation that the global market is now whispering about, an engine so unique that people are beginning to ask, has Honda really built something that will force battery-powered cars to rethink their future? Is the dream of EVs about to collapse? Or has the race simply changed direction? What Honda has unveiled is being called the hyper-hybrid monster of the future, a seamless combination of petrol power and electric efficiency that eliminates the biggest fears of EVs. No hassle of charging, no stress about batteries, only strong performance, low fuel costs, and incredible range. The question now is, should Elon Musk be afraid? Are companies like BYD staring at sleepless nights? To answer that, we must first understand the roots of Honda, because this company's story is not just about machines, it's about a man's dream. Long before the EV hype, when Japan was entering its technological revolution, Soichiro Honda, born into a poor family, dared to imagine a future built with engineering. He dropped out of school but never abandoned his passion. Working in a car garage as a teenager, he began crafting piston rings, failing again and again, until finally his designs gained recognition. Then came World War II, which destroyed his factory and left him with nothing. But Soichiro Honda was no ordinary man. After the war, he strapped motors onto bicycles, and from that small idea, Honda Motor Company was born. From motorcycles like the legendary Super Cub in 1958, which became one of the world's best-selling bikes, to cars like the Civic in 1972 and the Accord that conquered the US and Europe, Honda built a reputation for reliability, efficiency, and trust. Every machine they made put technology, mileage, and customer needs above flashiness, earning loyalty in countries across the world, from America to India. As decades passed, Honda experimented with hybrids, hydrogen fuel cells, even air taxis and humanoid robots. They did not always lead the EV race, but what they have done now with their new hyper-hybrid engine is enough to shake the future of electric mobility itself. Unlike traditional hybrids you've seen before, Honda's hyper-hybrid uses a 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle petrol engine combined with two powerful electric motors, one dedicated to driving and the other solely for charging. This means the car runs mostly on electric power, while the petrol engine kicks in only when needed, like during high speed or sudden acceleration, making the entire experience smooth, efficient, and powerful. With an output of 184 horsepower, it delivers the thrill of highways and the ease of city traffic, all while giving a real-world mileage of 20 to 28 kilometers per liter, numbers that rival diesel engines but without the need for charging stations. The brilliance lies in its intelligent power management system, which decides automatically when to use electric power, when to engage petrol, and when to combine both, creating harmony like a perfectly tuned orchestra. Add to this regenerative braking so strong that the battery constantly recharges itself, eliminating the need to ever plug in. This is why it's called a self-sustained system, because unlike EVs, you don't waste hours waiting at a charging station or worry about installing expensive chargers at home. And while EV batteries degrade with every cycle, Honda's dual-motor system distributes the load intelligently, ensuring long life and minimal stress. Even in extreme cold, where EV batteries struggle, Honda's system keeps performance steady, making it reliable in every climate. To top it off, noise reduction technology makes the drive as silent as an EV, while the aerodynamically refined design of new models like the Accord Hybrid boosts efficiency even further. And perhaps the biggest surprise, Honda has not built this for the elite few, but for the masses, an affordable, practical solution for people who want the benefits of EVs without the headaches of charging, range anxiety, or costly battery replacements. In one stroke, Honda has delivered the silence of an EV, the power of petrol, and the mileage of a diesel car, while solving the three biggest weaknesses of electric vehicles: charging time, battery degradation, and poor cold weather performance. While Tesla, BYD, and others are busy building massive charging networks, Honda has created a car that charges itself, drives like an EV, and never stops. This is more than just an engine. It is a declaration that the future of mobility is not limited to batteries alone. And if history has taught us anything, it is that whenever Honda moves, the whole world listens. Everyone knows that electric vehicles suffer badly in winter, with battery ranges dropping by 30 to 40%. A car that runs 300 kilometers in summer will barely manage 180 to 200 in freezing conditions, and this is exactly why people in snowy regions hesitate to adopt EVs. But Honda's hyper-hybrid system ends that tension once and for all, because when the temperature falls and battery performance drops, the petrol engine steps in and takes full responsibility, ensuring that whether it's snowing, raining, or hailing, your car will never stop. This makes the hyper-hybrid system reliable for every season, in every climate. Now think about another reality. In villages or small towns where there are no charging stations, how will EVs survive? This is where Honda's technology becomes a real gift. It combines the flexibility of petrol with the fun of electric, and since the battery charges automatically while driving, the driver doesn't have to worry about finding a plug or waiting at a charger. Add to that regenerative braking, which captures energy every time you hit the brakes and feeds it back into the battery, further extending range without putting extra load on the engine. And perhaps the most remarkable feature of all is its user-friendliness. No buttons, no modes, no confusion. The car itself decides when to run on petrol, when to use electricity, and when to blend both. This automatic intelligence makes it superior to traditional hybrids and keeps it one step ahead of the competition. Meanwhile, the world of EVs is still weighed down by big problems: lack of charging infrastructure, the high cost of battery replacement, and poor winter performance. Honda has found a balance that gives you the silence of EVs, the power of petrol, and the reliability of hybrids, all while removing the three biggest worries of EV buyers in one go. And then comes the question every car buyer asks: how much will it cost? This is where Honda's new engine wins hearts, because while a good EV today costs between 15-20 lakh, and premium brands like Tesla or BYD can push that to $30,000 to $60,000, Honda's hyper-hybrid come at a far more accessible price. Vehicles like the Accord Hybrid or Civic Hybrid already deliver comparable comfort and technology, but at lower prices than pure EVs. On top of that, EV buyers often forget the hidden expense of charging setups, home wiring, installation, and electricity bills that can add 50,000 Indian rupees to 1 Indian rupee lakh or more, plus recurring fees at fast charging stations. Honda's system avoids all of this because it doesn't need external charging at all. The petrol engine and regenerative braking take care of everything, making charging tension a thing of the past. Then there's the nightmare of EV battery replacement. Once an EV battery degrades, replacing it can cost 4-7 lakh, and in high-end models even up to 10 Indian rupees lakh, almost half the price of the car itself. With Honda's system, the risk vanishes. Because the battery is never overloaded, it's used only at startup, in low-speed driving, or for braking recovery, while the petrol engine carries the heavy load. This dramatically increases battery life and makes replacement unnecessary. Even in maintenance, Honda scores. While EVs are marketed as low maintenance, the reality is different. When something breaks, parts are expensive, specialized service centers are rare, and small issues can become costly headaches. Honda flips this around. Its hybrid engines need servicing less frequently, and when they do, Honda's service centers are widespread, affordable, and trusted. Their reputation for reliable cars, machines that rarely break down and run for decades, only strengthens confidence. On top of that, the hyper-hybrid comes with a self-diagnosis system, meaning the car itself identifies problems and reports them, saving time and repair costs. When you add it all up, the result is clear. EVs cost more upfront, charging is expensive, battery replacement is a headache, and maintenance can be tricky, while Honda's hyper-hybrid is cheaper, smarter, easier to maintain, and saves petrol too. But where will Honda take this technology? The answer lies in its global strategy. As always, Honda has first launched in its home ground, Japan. Cars like the Accord Hybrid and Civic Hybrid are already testing the waters there. The next big target is the United States, still the largest automobile market in the world, where eco-regulations are strict and hybrid demand is booming. Honda has already introduced the Accord Hybrid in the US with strong response, and now the Civic Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid are joining the fight. Then comes Europe, with its tough emission laws and green taxes. Honda has tailored its engines to EU standards and is planning full-scale launches across Europe by 2025, especially in countries where EV infrastructure lags. And yes, these vehicles are coming to India too. With EV adoption slow and charging infrastructure weak, the opportunity for hybrids is huge. Honda has already tested the market with the City Hybrid, and now it is preparing to launch the Accord Hybrid and a new SUV equipped with a hyper-hybrid system. In India, price and mileage matter most, and this system delivers both, making it the perfect package for the common buyer. To support this global rollout, Honda is also betting big on local production, setting up factories not just in Japan but in major markets like America, India, and Thailand to cut costs, save taxes, and ensure better service. The plan is not rushed but carefully phased. Test in Japan, expand in the US and Europe, then conquer emerging markets like India. The real question, however, is what this means for Tesla, BYD, and the EV giants. Should they be worried? The answer is yes, because if Honda's hyper-hybrid enters mass production at affordable prices, it directly strikes at the weaknesses of EVs, charging delays, expensive batteries, and poor cold weather range. Tesla has no hybrid strategy at all, while BYD has hybrid but relies on plug-in systems that still need charging. Honda's technology goes 2 steps further by charging on the go, never needing a plug, and delivering consistent range in all climates. Imagine a car that drives as silently as an EV, delivers the power of petrol, offers long mileage, never asks for charging, and has easy, cheap maintenance. Which would a common buyer choose? For millions of people, that choice may shift back toward hybrids, shaking the EV market's foundations. And this is where the fear lies for Tesla and BYD. Honda is not a startup, but a trusted global brand, with decades of customer loyalty from Activa scooters to city sedans to Civic and Accord icons. If such a company now delivers high-mileage, smart technology, and low-maintenance hybrids at scale, it could trigger a mass migration away from EVs and force the entire industry to rethink its future. The game has changed, and Honda has just moved the board.